What's going on, guys? It's TDubsKid and welcome to the video. So today I'm going to be showing you everything I keep in this here Wolfman Enduro tail bag. I think I got it on Amazon for about $60 and I've been using it for about a year and it's held up really well. Wolfman stuff is a little bit expensive, but it's really well made. It's actually made here in Colorado, which is pretty cool. So obviously the straps extend long enough so you can fit like a tarp or something in here as well if you want it to. I'll usually bring a tarp with me if it's looking like it might rain that day, just so you can like make a shelter if it starts really pouring down. It's kind of a nice thing just to have. So yeah, it just unbuckles and it's got these little straps that hold it into place. It's velcroed on the base plate. It's got a little carrying handle, and this actually just bolts on, so you do have to drill holes in your fender. And if you have a rack, it's probably worth just getting something else that will go on the rack a little bit better, and maybe something a little bit bigger so you can carry some more stuff. It took a little bit of like figuring out where exactly to drill it. And it's got two zippers. And first thing I have in here is rock straps. These things are freaking awesome. You can attach stuff to your bike and it won't go anywhere. They're way better than bungee cords. It's kind of like a bungee cord in like one section, and then the other section you like pull it really tight, so it puts a lot of tension on it. And not only are these good for putting stuff on your bike, they're also good for making a tarp shelter. Way better than paracord, I found out. So I actually have 4 total in here. And then I have this Maxpedition organizer. I think it's like a pocket organizer or something. And I got some rubber gloves in this little pocket. And then inside I have a tire pressure gauge. And then I have like a little mini bicycle pump. This thing, like if you had to pump up one of these tubes, it would take freaking forever. It's like better than nothing, and I don't want to carry like too much stuff, so. And then I have these Craftsman wrenches. They can fit a whole bunch of different sizes. Like this one's 12 to 19 millimeters. And this one is 6 to 11 millimeters, and they work pretty well. I've used them a few times. Then obviously you're gonna want some vice grips. Why would you not want some vice grips? And then I have a 10 and an 8 millimeter wrench. It just fits a lot of different sizes on this bike. Then I have a valve core tool. Then in here I have some electrical crimps and like shrink tubing. Because you never know. Then I have a lighter. I mean, oh god, it doesn't even work. You know what I bet happened is it got like pushed down at one point and all the gas ran out. Well, I gotta do something about that, because if I have to like make a campfire or something, that's gonna really suck. Then I just have a few different sized hex keys or Allen wrenches, and then this is for the rear spokes, I believe. And then I have a master link. I actually have 2 master links. These could really save your day. I definitely recommend carrying at least 1 master link. And I forgot to show you the stuff on this side. I have a bunch of 20 amp fuses is what this bike uses, and then a bunch of wiring. Then next I have this little waterproof bag, and inside I have like a bunch of patch kit type stuff. I got rubber cement, 2 bottles of it, and I have some sandpaper, a bunch of patches, like a whole lot of patches, 1 big one too. And then I have this, which is part of an old rear tube with the valve stem still on it, and you never know when that could come in handy. It would be nice to have like bring spare tubes with me, but I just don't have enough room, or I don't want to bring that much stuff with me, so this might work, it might not, or it'd take me like 5 hours to repair my tire. Oh, and then also I have a bunch of spare bolts as well, a few washers and some nuts. Next I have just a bunch of paracord. I mean, I always have paracord. And then in here I have some more rubber gloves, a bunch of zip ties, and baling wire. This could be some useful stuff. I have a pen. I mainly have this for geocaches so I can write my username in the logbook. And in here it's just like a little waterproof container, and I got a power cord for my GPS. Could be pretty useful, like if you're really lost and your GPS battery dies. Then in here I have a Leatherman Super Tool 300. This thing's pretty beefy. I've heard of people even cutting through like barbed wire with these cutters. So that's pretty insane. It probably messes up the cutters, but they're actually replaceable as well. And it has everything like knives, files, and it all locks too, which is kind of nice. Oh, it has like a serrated blade, a regular blade, and a saw. It's got Phillips and a can opener and a bunch of flathead screwdrivers. And then here I have the Motion Pro Bead Buddy 2, and as you can tell, like this is all just from being in here. Like all like the vibration and moving like against the other metal things in there, like just destroys this aluminum stuff. But what I did to help keep that from happening is like I wrapped everything up in one of these cloths, because stuff was just getting destroyed. I mean, look at that. All this is just from moving back and forth like constantly, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. The only thing that's happening to this Wolfman bag is it's getting a tiny little hole at the bottom, and I actually think that's from rubbing up against the screw. In all honesty, it only looks like one spot, so that's not too bad after a year of pretty hard use. I mean, it's not going to last forever. And then, so here I have a 22 and a 19 millimeter. There's also a toolkit in here, but it's kind of a joke. Like, if you had to get your wheel off, it'd be nice to have these. So the 22 fits on there, and the 19 fits on this side. And if you really need extra torque, you can double wrench it like that. You could take this off like super easily if you had to. I believe the 19 works for the front. Yep, they're both 19s on the front. So 19 and a 22, it's definitely what you want to have with you. And then here I have the Motion Pro Bead Pro. It's actually a bead breaker, which works pretty well. And it's tire spoons. All this like damage on this stuff is just from moving up against other stuff constantly. It's pretty crazy, but I think it's helping a lot to keep it in one of these rags. And here I actually have some quick steel putty. It's like a metal reinforced epoxy, and I believe it takes just 1 hour to completely cure, and it's really strong. Like I took one of these one time. It's basically like a little cylinder, and there's like 2 different materials in there, and you mix them together, and it like starts a chemical reaction, and it like basically turns into steel. Like, it's freaking strong. Like, I put it like around these 2 rocks one time, and once it's set up, I could not break it. Like, even just smashing it on the ground, it was just, you could not get those rocks apart. And then I pretty much just have it taped up with duct tape, because the last one I had in here just got like destroyed just from like banging around. So I got another one, and just to like help protect it a little bit better. You can use that stuff for like a lot of things, like if you break a clutch or a brake lever, or even a shift lever. And then I just have a 12 millimeter wrench in here, because it doesn't fit in this guy, so I just had to have it separate. Then down here I have 2 different types of vacuum hose, and I also have some more like in here, along with the factory toolkit, because you never know. Then last but not least, I have some ginormous zip ties. These things are freaking huge. I have 3 of them, because yeah, you never know. Well guys, that's about it. But in all honesty, I think I'm going to get a rack for the back. Well guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful scenery out here. But it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna probably pack up and head home. But if you like these videos and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.